What's up, guys? This is episode 11 of It's Still Our City. Katrina. This is ideally like what I want on this podcast. I'm super stoked about this episode. This person is a badass woman, mom of 3, been around for a while. If you've ever ordered a rum and coke from her, you're a piece of shit. But you probably most definitely ordered something from her. She's worked everywhere for forever. She's so funny. Just does it, man. Just hits the ground running every day. We're all on the grind. This woman just works her ass off and has a good time and raises 3 children. She is very important to this town. She's definitely a staple in this town. And this is exactly why I wanted to do this. Like, just real people doing the thing and just trying to survive alongside all of us. Real talk, I guess like 9 a.m. this fucking morning, the water announcement happened again. Make sure you boil your water. Yeah, thank you, Katrina, for doing this episode. This is produced by Notterly. It's brought to you by RVA Magazine. Yeah, episode 11 of It's Still Our City. Katrina.
All right, I think we are. I think everyone's levels are pretty solid. Harrison, you want to give me a check?
Oh my God, I just got a heartburn from that. Yo, check. Hello, hi. I probably won't talk this loud. There is no reason for this shouting.
Good.
Claire Bear.
Sweet. All right. Cool. And we do edit this. So if you want to.
Sorry. So that won't be included.
That's the highlight clip.
Nice.
I don't know.
Is that thing charging? Everything's working? Your phone, Katrina?
My phone?
It's all
yeah.
good.
Yeah, I was just texting. I get FOMO. I like see what everyone's doing, even though I'm not gonna I'm doing this instead.
Even though you're being super cool and
I'm already
recording a
doing
podcast right now.
I'm recording a podcast
Is
right
it
now.
like
I'm a little busy,
FOMO?
so-
So big.
Is it like FOMO of your friends, or is it FOMO of like the kids? Or?
No, I just friends. Like I like to see what everyone's doing, but then I know I can't go. They're like, I'm going to dinner.
Yeah,
You
you're
wanna
literally
come?
committed to something.
And then I go, no, I'm at a podcast right now. I just want to tell them.
What are you guys gonna order? What are you guys gonna order?
That's cool. Thanks for the egg again.
Yeah, you're welcome for the egg. All right, so we're here with Katrina. Do you always go Katrina?
No, I'm Katrina. I'm a married woman.
I'm a horrible person. Jesus
No, I'm
Christ.
separated, but I'm. for sure.
Okay, my bad.
It's okay.
It was just your birthday recently, right?
It was.
How old are you? Do you want to
37.
disclose? 37.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay.
I didn't think I'd make it.
Where are you originally from?
I'm from Triangle, Woodbridge area, Northern Virginia.
I'm sorry.
For what?
Like Woodbridge?
Oh, yeah. I went
Place
to
kinda
Forest Park. I grew up. I was born in Dale City. And then I lived in Triangle. I lived in Stafford. I went to a different elementary school every year.
Where in Stafford?
Garrisonville?
Damn.
Yeah.
What was that like?
Everything was bad, you know. It's all a blur, one bad blur, but
Stafford is awful. And like I just remember like growing up, like we did not go into Stafford, dude. Like you just get pulled over and everyone would get searched. They're touching your balls, they're going through your shoes. Like
no
those
one
cops
touched
were
my balls, but there was lots of Walmarts, went to a lot of Walmarts.
just chilling outside in the parking lots.
No, I was like 8 when I lived there, so
Oh, okay.
if I did, I just got left in the parking lot.
When did you move to Richmond?
I went to Forest Park, and so I was 16 when I finished, or just turned 17 when I finished high school, because I skipped 11th grade. I lived with my grandparents.
Because you were killing it.
Not even. I was just like, I got to get the fuck out of here. So I went to a summer school.
Try not to kick the stand with
Why?
the mic. I'm sorry, because the mic's on it.
Oh,
I'm
sorry.
sorry.
yeah.
I'm sorry. Okay, so you went to summer school and then skipped it.
I skipped it. I got out of there because I lived in my grandparents' house. and there's like no space. I was in like maybe a 6x6 bedroom,
Mm.
and I was like, I should just move, to college.
Oh, okay. So did you go to VCU or what'd you
I
do?
went to VCU. Yeah, I was in Johnson Hall in '05, which sounds crazy now that I say it to people.
Did you start college early, like before 18?
I was 17. I just turned 17,
Sick,
which
okay.
is crazy. I don't even know if that's legal. I was thinking about it now. I was like, am I allowed to be here?
I think, yeah, I'm sure
Just
there's like,
living alone.
I wonder what the
I
young,
didn't know how to do anything. Like,
it was like that?
I didn't know
You
how to
just
do
got here and then you're like, what? I'm a kid.
I know.
Fuck.
And then, like, when I was out of Johnson Hall, like, I had to get an apartment. I just turned 18. I'm like, fuck, I gotta go get a job.
So what did you come here for? What were you doing in school originally?
Well, initially I was doing, I was in the sculpture. I was trying to do sculpture and then art history. And then I'm like, what am I doing?
Did you graduate?
No.
You didn't?
No, I had a marijuana charge and I lost my, I guess not scholarship, but my financial aid.
What the fuck?
Yeah, because it was 08, 07 that I got the charge, and that's when like marijuana was like a drug.
Yeah,
That's why I was doing drugs then.
it was taken way too seriously back then. So wait, what?
You get your financial aid reinstated now with the law changes.
Really? Well, now
No,
it's too late.
Yeah, yeah.
Now
Well, wait, hold on.
I've
So
done enough.
you were just hanging out. You were just hanging out, and what? How'd you get busted with the weeds? You get pulled
No,
over?
I wasn't just hanging out. I was like, I remember this was like, I guess 2007. I lived on First and Broad Street at that time. Do you remember this? There was like a little venue we had. It was me and John Hawkins. Remember John Hawkins?
Yeah, yeah.
He would help me, and Spazzy, I remember.
Spazzy.
I just lived in this weird, fucked up warehouse on First and Broad Street, and this girl named Annie lived there, and she was like breeding chihuahuas in this apartment, and it smelled like shit.
What the fuck?
She had like 15 chihuahuas in this apartment, and then there was this third.
Is that lucrative?
I can't imagine. I think it's just for like crazy people. I'm sure it's. I don't know. It seems like it takes a long time to get your like $1,200 or whatever. I don't
How
know.
many chihuahuas
I
does a
mean,
chihuahua pop out?
I think like 7, and I think people sell them for like $800 a chihuahua, but you have to like wait for the chihuahuas to come out. It seems like you just have a passion for baby chihuahuas and pregnant chihuahuas.
I wonder if she was licensed to do that. I guess you can just fucking.
I don't-
Can you just breed dogs?
No, I don't think you can just breed dogs in an apartment warehouse thing. But that's okay. So we don't know where she is now. That's okay.
So you were living with Spazzy and
No,
John.
I wasn't living with them. I was living with this girl, but there was a third floor to this warehouse that was pretty run down. Like I remember, like it was just like black walls, black ground, but we cleaned it up pretty good. We started having like shows there.
That's sick. I
And
did
they
not
helped
know.
me like Future Islands tried to play, but that's when the cops came and like shut down the whole thing. And I had marijuana in my back pocket.
Wait a second. So a shit ton of people are there. The band was there. Like they
The
were
band
ready
was
to
there.
play.
Yeah, yeah.
And then there
We
was
just
too many
locked the doors.
people.
There was too many people. It was loud.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Why did they
But
search
the
you for weed?
marijuana seemed like more of the problem. I'm like, there seems like a lot of other issues going on here, but but it was part of drugs.
I don't understand why they try to triangulate on you and get you for weed. That sucks, dude.
I mean, I think they just added it, and that was the thing that was the problem for the financial aid. I think they were cool with the noise.
What did you call this place? I don't
I
remember
think we
this.
called it the Overbrook. No, the Overlook.
Okay.
Like the Overlook Hotel. But I just called it First and Broad because that was the location.
How long were you guys doing shows there?
I think it was like maybe 6 months or something like
Were you just
that.
saying yes to whatever? So it was like,
I was 19. I was like, I don't know. I didn't know anything that was going on. I was scared of this podcast. I was like, I don't remember anything. I feel like when I look back, I was like trying to like just sit in bed and just be like, I just try to like remember a moment of my life.
no, don't worry about that. we'll be
I
fine.
remember that.
Yeah.
So yeah. So
Well-
yeah,
It's coming back.
it's coming all back.
When did you start working in the restaurant industry? Did you want to be a bartender? What were you? Because I think I remember you from Nara Sushi, and
Yeah.
I think you did door stuff there, right?
No, I was a waitress. Actually, I worked there in. I got the job there. I lived on Grove and Harrison, and I was 7. I just turned 18, and I believe, And I was walking around trying to get a job, and I had some friends that worked there, but that's before it became like Nara as you know it. It was like a traditional Japanese restaurant.
Was it always called Nara? They started it as Nara?
Nara Japan, and this guy Keisan owned it, and it was like they had all traditional Japanese food. I was just like a regular waitress, and like there was 2 of us on. I make like $80 a night, and I remember being so excited about my $80. And
That wasn't bad money back then for an 18-year-old dude.
Like, hell yeah, this is like, what a nice busy day. But then it slowly changed into just chaos over time.
How did that? So who was the first person that got in there that was like, hey, let's fucking pack 150 assholes in here?
No, I can't remember who it was, but I remember Mark Osborne was the one that was booking the shows at some point. But I think what happened is that one of the girls that worked there had a friend that was coming into town
To play
a show, and they couldn't find a place. Like they had a house show set up, but it didn't work out. So Keisan was like, yeah, we could just have a show here. And I think that they probably made the most money that they ever made. And they were like, hell yeah.
In bar sales, yeah, dude.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't even know like the law. So we had like a bunch of like, I was like 18 and 19-year-olds just bartending and like getting wasted. I was like, this is gonna go downhill fast.
Dude, it lived pretty long. So
I mean, HR was there. It was crazy. I remember
for
like,
people that are
the
listening,
craziest people that were there.
Nara Sushi was a really awesome. It was a good sushi restaurant, but it was also a really badass venue for a lot of different genres. It's where City Dogs is now on Main Street.
Yeah. Is it the
Cross Street there?
Is that the Uptown area?
Yeah, Uptown.
They call it City Dogs Uptown.
Yeah, they have all like the pastel
Suck my
painting.
dick.
Do
Fuck
they
that.
call that?
Dude, there's
like banners on the light post.
Get the fuck out of here with
sounds
this
so
shit.
nice.
There's like people
No, I don't
that
think anyone refers to it as that, but I always see the
I
flags.
want to move there just to be like, oh yeah,
I
I
live in Uptown. Yeah.
I'm uptown. So like there's like
Finally made
yuppies
it.
that come in
Uptown
here
girl.
on the weekends to go to like the Dominion Theater or whatever the fuck that is over there. And I've heard multiple times they'll park illegally right outside of the bike lane.
Just run through the street.
There's no parking signs all up and down the street. They just park their fucking Mercedes Benz right in front of it. And they get out and they're like, oh, it's been a while since I've been to Shaco Bottom. And it's like, dude, you're just downtown, dude. It's not Shaco Bottom. Go fuck yourself. Okay, so back to Nara. You started working there. You were digging it. And then they started doing shows. What was that like? Were you pumped?
I was so pumped. I mean, there was like Long. I remember Long DJ'd there. I think it's like that's before First and Bras. Like that was a year and a half before all of that. So I was like 18 and 19. Yeah, I mean, it was just all punk, all metal for a while, but then it changed. It was having like, little dance parties and stuff. But then it kind of slowly developed where it was just like started just being so intense that we were just having like to try to soundproof everything because,
Yeah, dude, there were like banger shows there.
There were.
Back to back.
Yeah.
Like multiples in a week, and it wouldn't stop.
I mean, people would just be there every single night, but I think eventually Keisan was an older, like, Japanese man. Like, he didn't know what the fuck was going on. He was just like, yeah, I mean...
Fuck it, do it.
Yeah, but then the restaurant started, like, not doing well because we're so focused, I think, on doing shows and stuff that he ended up just getting tired, and he moved back to Norfolk, I think, to just focus on his other restaurant.
Yeah, it's hard to traverse that because you have... The food was always incredible, but then also you have like 140 knuckleheads that all smell like PBR
but like
and
18
piss.
and 19 knuckleheads, and we were like bad knuckleheads.
Yeah, so it's hard to keep the restaurant like nice if all those motherfuckers are in there every night just slamming into one another.
Yeah.
I remember one time my old band Jefferson Plane Crash played there, and they had like an event that was planned for dinner, and we had to play in the basement with Behold the Octopus, and I'm like, these people are miserable. Like they're all like trying to eat their dinner, and we're like right below him. I was like, why the fuck did he double book this?
I don't know.
Were you about to ask something cool?
I just
Claire?
wanted you to do that sound again.
How long was that a spot? How long did they go for? I can't even remember.
Before I was there, I think it was, just a restaurant for a couple years or so. And then I feel like it was like 2 years maybe that they did that. I think it was mostly just Mark that was booking stuff there, I believe.
Shout out to Mark Osborne.
Yeah, I feel like the shows started like somewhat quickly after the restaurant kind of started, right? I
can't-
remember going
I literally
in
just can't remember. I can't
when there
remember
were
if
like
it was there.
whispers of their shows starting, maybe, and it was like maybe like a.
I mean, it was like they had a really good happy hour. It was. I definitely remember just going in to eat
Yeah.
and there not being anything. And I remember it slowly happening, and then it just like came in all at once. Mm-hmm. And that's when we started bringing in the mattresses to soundproof the walls.
Oh, dude, I remember they'd put up a fucking bed on the doors.
Front window.
Yeah.
I was like, how are people eating dinner? There's a mattress at the front window. And I think that's when that was near the end.
What was that owner's name again?
That was Kason, and Ken was the guy in the kitchen, R.I.P.
Oh, no.
Yeah, kind of died, I think, the last couple years, maybe 3 years ago or something.
That sucks.
Yeah, he was. But yeah, Kason, I think Kason's still doing stuff. He's probably in his 80s, I would imagine.
I just remember like all the metal dudes like totally embraced him, and like there was one time they took him to King's Dominion, and I got to see photos of him like on the
He was
roller coaster
awesome.
camera.
Yeah, there's
Like,
so many videos of him just he was
that's
awesome.
awesome. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
so where did you go after Nara? You did the
shit.
First and Broad, but then after the First and Broad
I
shut
think
down.
I worked at timeline wise, I think after that I worked at Stutzy.
The fuck is that?
I was like the manager of this
Stutzy.
pizza place.
Wait, is it in the Uptown area too?
No, it's where Fire and Hops was. It was this crazy.
Oh wait,
was
wait.
the owner. And
It's
he was,
on Main, like right before Carytown.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it was on the
On the right.
and it was fucking crazy.
I heard that he would come in. I bartended at PF Chang's, and he would come in and eat lunch there. But then I also caught wind that there's like the Italian like certification
Yeah.
that you could get for like official Sicily
Italian
pizza or
Yeah,
whatever.
yes, the Napoleon, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
And
a
I
black
heard
belt, but
that-
for food.
Yeah.
He would like juice the stats or whatever. He would like just get the certification with the proper ingredients, but as soon as he got the certification,
He would just
he
do
would go
whatever.
back to like the cheap stuff.
He was just like an Italian, like a big Italian guy.
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
always like, you know what, you got something, girl. Like, we're gonna make you a manager. You're gonna do something big. And I was like,
Yeah.
all right. I'm like 20.
I don't
was like,
fucking care.
I was like, yeah, whatever. I just hired all my friends and like,
Yeah.
I would just do fake manager stuff. You know, I could be in the back where I was just like making like, I think it was still like CDs. Like I was like making little playlists, on, like burning CDs.
How
You'd
was he
walk
to
in
work
and-
with? Was he like
Oh,
he was pretty
awful.
cool?
He was total
No.
creep. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah,
'cause
but back then it was like kind of fine. Like,
Back then, that was like the
it was, like,
norm.
typical.
like
was
oh,
like
it's
the
like
norm.
08
Normal, yeah.
laws. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So that's where I was for a while.
Didn't that guy didn't he make it onto some food show or some shit, and he would never live that fucking down, and that plaque was there for like 10
I mean,
years?
he has to be dead at this point because
Ah.
but he's like one of those people that always looked old. I think.
Yeah.
But he
So he
wasn't.
might still, like a Morgan Freeman type of person. Like I think he, like I remember, like he always looked like he was 80 because I saw him
Yeah.
20 years later and he still looked exactly
The same.
the same.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never went there. I never met this dude, but it sounds like that's probably a good
Yeah.
thing.
And I worked at Deluxe too. I can't remember the time frame, but okay. And then I worked at Off the Hookah.
What the fuck is that?
Okay. You don't remember Off the Hookah?
Hell no, I don't remember that. Are
It
are
was
you?
right there, right? Wasn't it?
No,
like,
it was where like there's Toad's Place or what's it called? Toad's
Oh,
Place.
Toad's Place.
He was
like,
right next to it, but it was
in
this-
Choco Bottom.
Yeah, it was a nightclub on Virginia Avenue. It's the people that
Oh,
own,
that
like,
was called Off the Hookah before it was called
no,
Toad's Place.
it was a place next door to Toad's Place.
Okay, so yeah, I've never.
Yeah,
I
so it was
don't
like this
remember it.
Miami, the
Thank
guy
God.
Ehab and Haney, they own like they own like Southern Tap House and all these places now. But before that, they had this nightclub in Fort Lauderdale, and they wanted to mimic this nightclub in Fort Lauderdale and bring it to Richmond. And it was like a hookah bar. It had like all this, like, it looked like a roller coaster. It had like all these like huge like fake Egyptian like sculptures and stuff.
Why did you get
And
a
they
job
made me the
there?
manager, and I was like, "What the hell? Why me?" I'm like, and they're like belly dancers like on like the bar, and I'm just like orchestrating like, "We need a belly dancer here."
That sounds
I
amazing.
know, I
Fun
don't know
though.
why me though.
So are you the type that like gets a job, rides it for a couple years, and you're like, I need change? Let's-
No, I'm not. I'll just do whatever until it just is done. You know.
Okay.
I'm the
Off the
same way.
hookah, baby.
I've got like in restaurants when I was doing restaurant work, I had like an 8-year thing where like I was at Red Lobster for 8 years. I was at PF Chang's for 8 years, and I was at Don't Look Back for 8
Are you
years.
proud of that? proud.
I'm so proud. I'm
That's
doing
good.
the 8s.
Yeah,
you know?
8.
Yeah.
That's good, lucky numbers.
We've been over this on this cast before, but I feel like Red Lobster back then was actually legit good.
I like Red Robin.
Red Robin's burgers,
They're good.
that place is
Yeah.
bomb.
Yeah. I want to work at a Red Robin after this.
one day a week.
Yeah, just to check out
Yeah.
the scene. I want to.
Let's keep rolling with the restaurants though. So you,
Oh,
after, no, you're fine, dude.
I'm
After
like,
off
maybe
the
I should get a
hookah,
day job at Red Lobster again just for the biscuits.
I'll go
become a
with
manager.
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
Schedule
Sweet.
belly dancers.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
my god.
okay.
Xbox.
Xbox
So
One.
where did you go after off the hookah?
I think after that I was at Deluxe.
Okay, what the hell? I don't remember that either.
It was it's where what's it called now? Like Mezzi or something like that. It was. I don't know what it's called now.
Total
but
blank on my end.
It's right across from Sticky Rice.
Oh, that's when I originally met you. Yeah, it was on the corner. Now it's called like Barrio or some
It
shit.
was, and that closed. And then now
Weren't
it-
those owners horrible to people? What happened there?
I liked them fine. I think like Michelle's like a serious like a restaurant owner. You know what I mean? Like she's very serious. And Oscar was kind of a. I just never felt any way about them at
They're
all.
fun.
It
You know what
was
restaurant
fine.
I really miss on Main Street? The White Dog Cafe.
Oh, I like the White Dog Cafe.
Yeah, they had this really great scallop orzo dish. Oh man, I was
Jeez, that sounds
very
fucking
sad
fantastic.
when they
Where
left.
was it?
Right on Main Street, like kind of like between.
Is there
Sticky
something
Rice
that's there
and-
now?
Probably.
I
just-
miss what's
is
the
it the
Avatar? I mean, not Avatar. What's it called?
That movie's
that movie is sick.
What's it called? What am I thinking of? Where Social 54 is not Social 54.
Social 52. Social 52.
Studio 54, whatever. I don't know.
What was it called before?
Avalon.
Yeah. Yep.
I didn't know that one either.
It was like a nice. It was like
Avalon
a,
was nice.
Yeah, it was like
You
a
could duck into
Jasper type of vibe.
You can duck into like a little booth by yourself. It was
Yeah.
kind of dark and
Like
woody.
weird little Woody.
It was like woody there.
Oh,
right?
they said Woody. A little Woody little. It's a funny little place. Yeah.
When did you start bartending?
Oh.
Oh yeah, you went to New York City 2000 what?
11, 12,
Something like that.
something like that. I never really started bartending. Like I never bartended. Like I bartended at Nara, but I never like. I was just like always just did whatever, you know. Like I never was like officially a bartender, I guess I should say. Like when I was here, but I guess because I was like 18 to 21, and then I moved to New York, and I just worked at a hospital, doing some bookkeeping.
Really?
Yeah.
How did you
Just working on your
how'd you
bartending
find-
chops.
That was the last thing I would have ever guessed.
I know. I think what happened is, you know how people do that thing to you? Like, they're like, well, you should get a real job.
Oh.
And I was like, I should get a real job. And then it was awful. And I'm never going to do that again. I hate that.
Some people, I mean, I am like, I think I keep my shit in check and I stay in line with a day job. But there are other people that just
I'm gonna
aren't.
drink this vodka.
Oh, fuck yeah, I drink that vodka. There are other people that just don't. It doesn't work for them, you know. I've done both. I've done like the nightlife. I've done, you know, getting off at 3:30 in the morning every day of the week. But I just prefer the structure of, hey, the alarm's going off at 5:30, and you're gonna do this every day, and then you have the weekends. Every now and then I'll pick up a double, but I've just always preferred that. But I understand why people fucking hate that.
You know what I really liked for a while? I did the graveyard shift at Target.
Ooh, that sounds nice.
I did that
was pretty
forever ago.
Sweet. Yeah, you roll up at
Red
like
Lobster.
10
then
or
you gotta roll over
11.
to Target.
Yeah, you 10 or 11 at night, and you're just like stocking shelves by yourself
That
for
does
like
sound
6
nice.
hours.
I
pretty
I
tight.
did that for a while when like I was actively touring a lot, so like I'd get back and knock out a few weeks of the overnights, and then we'd go out back on tour. But there's, oh my god, dude, being 41 and doing those hours, fuck that shit
I don't
now.
have any, like, I think I'm, like, dead inside or something. Because, like, nothing really, like, I'm never, like, a ultra. Because I have to wake up and take the kids to school after I, like, worked until 3.
Well, that's what I was gonna. Thank you. That's a good segue. So like you have 3 kids.
I have 3 kids.
How old are they?
6. One's about to be 9, and one's 11.
Okay, and
I had
Claire
2
has.
kids, 14 and 12. Yeah. You got 'em.
I like that.
Oh man.
So how do you? So normally, if you're, so you work at Helen's. Where do you work right now?
I work at Bamboo, Stanley's, and Helen's. 3 jobs.
Bamboo, Stanley's. Oh, Stanley's like, oh, hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That fucking place rules. I didn't know
Yeah.
you were there.
I just work lunches like 3 or 4 days a week, but it's like exactly the time the kids are in school. So like it's the shift's like, from 10 to 3, and that's when school's like 8 to 3.
Do you ever get to cross paths with Harrison Steele when you're there?
No,
okay.
I remember. Is he the one with the really weird, crazy voice?
I don't think so.
No, I'm thinking of a different person. Wait,
Wait.
is he in the kitchen?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm. You would hate that I told.
What? What'd you say?
I just forgot like his name, but yes.
I'd say we'll figure that out.
He's over there.
got you.
Yeah,
He's over there full time.
he's over the. Yeah, he's. Yeah, I think I worked lunch with him. He's like tall with the glasses, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's one of my guitar players. So I'm
that's so
I'm in
funny.
I'm in a shitty band that has 2 fucking Harrisons in it.
Oh.
It's great.
What is Stanley's?
It's cheesesteak place. Well,
Stanley's is a
cheesesteak.
delicious like sandwich spot. It is so good. And if you've never been,
Where is it?
it's on Robinson and
Park Avenue.
Park.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like right around the corner from Helen's.
Yeah.
So
but
you're
they have
you're
like cheesesteaks and lots of stuff like that.
Cool.
Wait, so you're
cool sandwiches.
Cool sandwiches and
the
stuff.
best sandwich they have is that pork with the broccoletti, man. You get like a broth to dip it in. Fuck, Stanley's
Yeah,
is the
I
shit,
love dipping
man.
sandwiches.
And I mean, you go there, get one sandwich, and that's a date, man. 2 people are stuffed on that.
Okay.
So wait, you said Helen's, Bamboo,
Helen's, yeah, I usually
Stanley's.
just work bar at Helen's, so I'm usually there some Thursdays rarely, and then Friday and Saturday nights at Helen's, but I don't get there till like 9 until the bar closes, and then it takes forever to close. So it's actually not that bad. Cause the time that I'm up late during the week is if I pick up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what? Like, how hard is it? You said that you're dead inside. How hard is it? Like, what time do you get up so you're prepared as a mom to get the day going before everyone's up, and then like,
Oh, I don't do that usually. I usually they kind of wake me up, and then I'm
Oh,
like,
okay, good.
Yeah, and then they're like, well, and then
hey
we
mom,
get
we got to do something. Like,
Well,
okay,
we
all right.
get ready really fast. Like they got to be at school at 7:45, and I'm like try to stay in bed till like 7:15,
Nice.
and then I
you're on
panic, and then we get all ready, and then I drive them to school, and I get home, and then I go back to sleep.
Ah,
Yeah.
Hey,
a
that's
napper.
right. Get a
Yeah.
big napper.
My brother's like so good at napping now. I don't have time to nap, and I don't know why I would.
I can nap at any moment. Like if you told me let's take a quick 20-minute nap, and we all just laid back and took a nap right now, that'd be fine. I would fall
We
asleep.
could take a nap break the first time in the
first
history of the
official.
pod.
Yeah. Or I could stay up for days. Whatever you need me to do, I can usually figure out.
So like, what's the most brutal? Like, have you ever gotten up with the 7:15 and then you're running it until like 3 something?
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's a long day, dude.
Yeah, I usually try to nap or like rest, but no, a lot of times I'll just like I prefer to just like be off 3 or 4 days a week and then just try to like stack all of my jobs together. So like I'd rather work a triple. Like I'd rather do lunch, dinner, and bar because I'm like this temporary terribleness leads to a future of days off.
Yeah. Nice. That's a good perspective.
Yeah.
No, that's a really good approach. You just absolutely fucking murder yourself, but then you get 3 days of just
Yeah.
straight chilling where you can do whatever.
Yep.
I was surprised how easy it was to get you in here. Like, I didn't know how crazy your availability was, and I was figuring like maybe we'd have to like bounce days.
It's
where you're
really
like,
not
"Nah, I'm
crazy because
chilling."
of my stacking. I work usually all day, Friday and Saturday. I'm usually off Sunday. I work Mondays at Bamboo sometimes, and then lunches are only 4 or 5 hours. So I actually don't. Everyone thinks I'm working so much. I'm not. I'm just working like 40 hours a week, but just crammed into like.
That's fucking
3 days.
smart as shit, dude. And
Yeah.
that's cool that you can do that. There's no like weird bad overlay. Like you can conveniently go from 1, 2, 3. Like it seems like that'd be complicated, but I guess you got it all figured out.
Yeah, I
That's
like
tight.
it. And then the kids, like everyone's like, and they're exhausted from the kids, but they're so old now. Like I can just like fuck off mostly.
It's like a self-supporting entity now.
They're
Yeah.
at the age now where it's like they don't want to spend, they want to do their own thing.
They don't want to be.
Yeah.
around
So wait a second. Claire, what's your oldest?
14.
And what's your oldest?
11.
11?
Mm-hmm.
What's their name?
That's a sick name.
Yeah.
That's a
great.
beautiful name. Yeah, that's awesome.
Very cool.
Yeah, your kids seem really, really funny.
Yeah, they're really
From
funny.
What I can see online, it seems nuts. And which kid is fencing? What the fuck
Oh,
is?
they're the oldest one is fencing now, but they all want to start. So I'm just gonna have 3 little fencers.
That's cool. Did fencing for a
It
second.
looks cool.
Yeah,
I
it's
like
really
just
cool.
being there.
Yeah,
I like the
What-
Really
little-
cool.
what on earth-
Club setup they have. Is that over by Brambley?
Yes. Yeah,
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would make a young girl just be like, you know what, motherfucker, I want to stab a motherfucker with a sword?
She's a stab a motherfucker with a sword type of person.
There's a lot of
if
reasons to wanna
makes
do
sense.
that.
And also, she just likes weapons a lot. Like she like, which I guess, but she like for Halloween she had like a full like armor, like was built by hand by her dad, like all metal. And
Hell yes.
he like orders her like bow and arrows, and she's like swords and like helmets and stuff.
She's living up to the name, dude.
Yeah.
So, as bartenders, what is one of the dumbest... You go first, Claire.
Wait, what?
What's one of the dumbest fucking things you've had to deal with as a bartender? Like, what's one of the nights where you're like, this is just above and beyond fucking stupid?
Oh, I don't know.
We can take-
It's all bad. It's like it's such a blur because there's so much.
I do. I remember one time there was some guy at the bar, and this was like at 5 or 6 o'clock. This was at Triple, and it was like a busy time. It must have been a weekend because it was like
dinner
full,
rush,
full
kinda,
dinner,
yeah.
mid dinner, and this guy was like pretty plastered and making someone uncomfortable at the bar to where I needed to cut them off and get them out.
So this is something that you kind of like picked up. You overheard what was going on. It was on your
he
radar.
was like speaking to someone. I was making like communication with the person to see how they were feeling, if they were like uncomfortable or not, and then they were uncomfortable, so I needed to interject, and like it got to the point where like the guy needed to leave, and but he was also belligerent, and like I managed to like get him out
by talking, just
like,
asking.
by talking, by telling him that he needed to go. We weren't going to serve him anymore. But then he tried to come back.
Of course, yeah.
And like yelling and screaming, and I had to lock him out. So I had to like lock the door of the restaurant.
The front
at, like,
one?
6 p.m. on a Saturday.
6 p.m.
Yeah, while
Wow.
he was like losing his mind trying to get into the
I just
spot.
don't understand, like, why the fuck would you want to come back in, dude? And like, you're by yourself, like, what's
Yeah,
and now
nothing good is
it's
gonna come
always
of
like
that.
once you like they play it cool, and then like I don't know, I guess the adrenaline wears off, and they're not as punch drunk, and then they get outside and they're like, well, no, fuck that, and like, why would you want to come back in? Nobody wants you here. You're by yourself. Like, just take a hike. He might have like gotten something free out of you getting him out of there early. Like, I don't get why people always do the storm back in, and then like motherfuckers
kind of a
coming in the
storm
back
back
door.
The storm.
Yeah, I'm a
Classic.
You are?
Yeah, like
No
if it's-
way.
if
I don't
it's
think you
time
get
to
like
go,
that.
I'm coming back.
I don't think you get like that.
You've got a few more things to say.
I always got something else to say. I'm like, I'm going back in there. I got one more thing to
Dude,
say.
one of
This is gonna get him.
I like sit in the car. I'm like, hold on.
one of the first times I had a storm back in was at Helen's, and I was doing door one night, and this fucking dude was like just falling head onto the bar, and I'm like, hey man, like this isn't cool. And he's like, no, I'm friends with the owners. I'm like, well, if you're friends with the owners, like, you'd respect that, like, this doesn't look great, so just please, can you leave? And I was kind of new to town. I was only here like 8 months really at this point when I came back here, and like the dude dropped the do you even know who the fuck I am type shit, and I'm like, man, that's like the worst. I don't, and I'm sorry I don't, and I don't care. And like I got him out the front, and he was like cordial, and then out of nowhere I hear shit breaking in the kitchen, and the guy came in through that back door, and he went down the stairs and got a fucking bottle of like Kentucky Gentleman, and he's just chugging it.
Hell yeah.
So then yeah, dude, so I walked back
That's
there
like
like
someone I would date.
That what you look for?
So like I go back and grab the bottle and like put it down, and then he grabs my penis. So I'm like, dude, fuck this. So I pull him into like my shoulder, and I'm picking him up, and he's just grabbing the shit out of my dick.
Crazy
What?
technique.
He didn't get my
I love that.
he didn't get my balls, so like it hurt, but it didn't hurt
falling
nearly
in
as
love.
Yeah,
bad.
it doesn't hurt
And I'm
nearly
like
as bad.
smashing his, I'm
very
smashing
weird.
his head into my collarbone. Dude, if he grabbed my balls, it would have been so much worse. But and I carry him out the front door again, and all of his bros were there, and they're like, "Man, let him go, let him go." And like he's grabbing my dick, like right now.
Fine.
You tell him to chill the fuck out. And he just broke into the back and started drinking liquor. So I get out to the sidewalk. and I-
Wait. So you're wait. You're communicating with his friends.
They're
You're
surrounding
reasoning
me.
with his friends while your dick is being.
Yes. Yes, and they're trying to tell me to chill.
So listen, this is
and I'm
what's
like, dude,
happening
he's
right
grabbing
now.
my dick
Maybe
right now.
he
And they're like, you're
grabs their
choking him
dick,
too
too.
hard. And I was like, no, I'm not, dude. He's grabbing my fucking dick. So I bring him out to the street, and right as we got out of the Helen's front door, a cop pulled up as all these guys were like, let him go, let him go. I'm like, he's grabbing my dick. And the cop just looked over like, what in the fuck?
And just drove
Did I
away.
just No, he got out. And I was like,
Okay.
I just whispered to the dude, like, stop grabbing my dick. We're all good. Go the fuck home. And he's like, okay. And then everyone just acted like nothing was happening. The cop was like, is everything okay? And everyone's like, yeah, everything's great. And I'm like touching my penis, like, God damn it, like blood circulating again.
Yeah.
That place
hear
can.
about that much dick grabbing.
Yeah.
Like you used to.
It's a bad
Interesting
tactic.
technique.
Yeah, well, I like it.
Well, depending
I
on your
wanna know who this
scenario.
guy is.
Yeah.
You probably do. He's probably still drinking there. How is it working there? Does it get real clicky or like? Does it get fucking crazy? That
It
place
gets-
used to get fucking crazy,
It
dude.
gets pretty crazy. It does get pretty crazy, but it's, it's pretty like a controlled crazy, I feel like. It's just like the constant type of crazy. It's like one of the only bars that's open till 2 a.m. now. I feel like a lot of bars now close at midnight after COVID.
Around there, yeah, a lot of
Yeah,
them.
so I think that what happens, like, we're usually not very busy, and like for late night stuff until like after midnight, because like everyone's like, oh shit, now I can't go anywhere else. So everyone kind of comes there, pretty drunk, like around last call. So it just sucks because we're like constantly just having to yell to get people out because they're only there for an hour or two, and then we have to get everybody to leave. And then obviously that usually turns into a little bit of chaos.
Yeah, I
But
feel.
I like chaos. Like, I love
Oh,
a
yeah.
bad time. Like, if someone's like, oh, I went to wherever yesterday and it was awful. I'm like, what? I'm like, what happened? Like, why didn't I go? I wish I went there.
Yeah.
Because I like, I like
You
chaos.
just like dealing with the
like, what?
circumstances,
Yeah, I do.
whatever happens.
Yeah.
Okay, so Helen's is definitely like the type of place that like a bunch of people. Typically, from what I remember back then, and this was in 2013 when I was working there and helping with stuff. Seems like a lot of places in Carytown, just like you said, will close at midnight, and then a lot of people will go there. Yeah, like for like the last call. It's like
It's like, I think it was actually voted at some point, like RVA magazine or one of those magazines style maybe had like voted it to be the best place for last call, and I hate that. Because everyone thinks
Yeah, that's
that
a death wish.
we said that. I'm like, no, we don't. We want you to come and get some like drinks at like 11,
yeah.
and then when it's
Yeah.
last call.
We don't love that you
That is-
want to come here at 1:45.
That is-
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, what is the worst thing that's
Yeah.
ever happened
Not
to us?
preferred.
Yeah.
That is a
Yeah.
death note
It's
for
awful.
sure.
And then once we close, like so everyone comes at like 1:30. Like a bunch of people will come like at 1 or 1:30, and then we close, and then they're all wasted, and we're like, everyone's got to go, and then they're just all on the sidewalk.
Yeah, dude.
I'm like, go, like, don't you, like, it's done. That's it.
I don't get. That's another thing, man. I don't get it. And like they have that small little fence out front, and it's like, okay, you guys got to get out of here. And then they just kind of just schlub past the fence, and then they're just right there leaning on it, and you're like, you didn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
It's that fear of missing out stuff.
I
They don't want it to
know,
be
but
over.
At that point, it's like,
It's over.
it's over. I mean, that being said, sometimes you got to see what's going on after 2 a.m.
Yeah.
You just want to check it out.
Is there the late night
Yeah,
thing going on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, like ODC or
Yeah,
whatever.
people go like people's houses. They call it, like,
Yeah. There was a couple random spots over the years.
Oh, I
There
remember,
was like
I
a super
liked,
late
I
night
liked the
situation.
ODC when
so-
it was like all the old strippers would go there.
Is that no? You're good. I just want to make sure you didn't knock it over. I just want to make sure you're locked and loaded. Is all
I'm
though
locked
too.
and loaded.
This is ODC. Is that still a
I
thing?
think it's closed because I went there in like last year it was still open, but I drove by there the other day, and it's not like a front entrance, it's a back entrance, but it looked kind of shut downy.
There's one that was like around here, and I never really figured
Mansion,
out
I
where
think?
where
Is
it
that
was.
Oh, that was ODC.
Yeah, there was one that was around here, and I never really figured out where it was. But then there was the one that was like up on Broad. Like, I went to that once, and everyone just seemed so fucking coked out, and I was like, I don't know why anyone would want to do this
I
ever.
think that's what happens in such places.
Mhm.
You know, teach their own. You know, create your own journey.
Create your own dream.
Yeah, but-
So hold on, I don't think you ever answered though. So like, what's
When you're worst.
like what's one of your worst where you're like, okay, this is a little bit, I'm in over my head. This is above my pay grade. Like this is getting wild as a bartender.
I'm not gonna lie. There's so many times.
Dude, knock them out. Knock out a few. Knock out some bests.
There's one guy that I think I was at Helen's, and he was just getting really aggressive about ordering a drink. And so I went over to
How do you get aggressive about that?
Oh, everyone gets so aggressive. They just wave and they yell.
Oh, one of those.
All of them are like that. It's just like it's like you're just standing there and
someone's
everyone's
holding
just
cash,
the
like,
cards or waving their
hey.
hands at you.
Yeah.
They're screaming at you and you're just you're going as fast as you can. And I feel like I was going pretty fast, but sometimes I just like get so angry. And I was just like, I just walked around. I was like, "Get the fuck out of here, guy!" And he like went up to like hit me, and I was like, everyone was like, "Ugh," and he ended up like just getting kicked out, all this stuff. But after he got kicked out, he like came
come back in. Oh,
but no, he didn't
here
come
we go.
back again like regular time. He came back after we're closed.
Oh,
and stood
no.
outside of the door. Like I was like, "Are you here to fight me? Like what is this that you're doing?" Like, did you go somewhere else to get so wasted? Just think about it. He just goes stewing. He was like, I gotta go stand and scare that mother, that nice lady. I'm like, I'm just a lady.
It's Thursday night. I'm gonna kill a bitch.
So crazy.
Yeah, and he's just like staring inside with like the craziest eyes. I was like, what is wrong with these people? But
what remedied that situation? Did he eventually just?
It all works itself out.
Street justice.
Yeah.
A little bit of street justice, baby.
That reminded me of a time at Don't Look Back, Carytown, where Carrie, Warren, and I were hanging and working.
I think I remember this.
And it was on Shamrock, the block.
Oh, God.
And some guys came over afterwards, and they were just so plastered. And yeah, it's the worst. And then we couldn't serve them anymore. They were just way too gone. And they did not appreciate the fact that we wouldn't serve them. And so they got like pretty intense, and we asked them to leave, and eventually they did leave, but then they went over to New York Deli, and we're talking about how they were gonna kick our asses, and but the people at New York Deli gave us the tip and was like, hey, the guys are here at the bar talking about how they're gonna go over there and beat you up. And so they came back over and we were closed, and they go to the alleyway and they're like, they had their belt off in the alleyway.
What is that gonna do? Oh, they're gonna whip you with the belt?
Remember
what?
Remember the grate, like the back gate that you could put up?
Yes.
So the back gate was already put up at Don't Look Back, and they were like sliding their belt across the back gate, like, come on out, boys.
What in the fuck?
Yeah,
what is this, the Warriors?
Did you come out?
We did not come
Y'all
out.
should have jumped on the...
They were big guys.
Really?
Yeah, it wasn't even a situation to consider.
I love that.
What-
I love
what-
people are like that, though.
Well, wait, how did you get out of that? I remember this, but I can't remember how y'all got out of that.
I mean, it was just closed, and they eventually just...
They dispersed.
Just kind of waited them out, I think, yeah.
What in the
People
fuck?
get so mad when they can't get a drink. Like if someone can't get it, like it's like the way that people order drinks is they act like it's like an IV. Like they came out in the desert.
It's their birthright.
And they're like, I've been waiting for rum and Coke, and then you like bring them this like one shot of rum, and they're gone for like 10 minutes, and they come back the same way. I'm like, what is wrong?
Just get a couple. Yeah, get a couple, and just everyone fucking chill.
I know.
That's like speaking of like Carrie Warren problems. There was the at the Triple.
Shout out Carrie Warren.
Definitely shout out Carrie Warren. We were at the Triple one night, and this like Russian dude came in. I gotta just point out that Katrina right now is just crushing yogurt,
Getting up on that
like her
trolley.
life depends on it.
I might have to say something.
There was some like Russian dude that came in there, and he had some buddies with him, and they like got all these drinks, and like I think his energy was like so high and crazy, and he's like entertaining everyone and buying rounds for people, and Carrie was like so thrown off that he never got the card because I think he just was like hoodwinked from the start, and like eventually the dude just dipped, and Carrie was like, wait, where is that guy? And I'm like, hold on. I looked out and I saw him driving away, and so I got in my truck as a door guy, and I'm just like, let me see what's going on, and the dude just blasted that median where the pulse is, fucked his tires all up, and then like violently pulled into that 7-Eleven right there on the corner, right next to Broadberry, and then the cops were just all over, and I'm like, all right, I just drove back and just kept doing door. I was like, I'm not even going to tell them about the tab they walked out on, but yeah, bartending.
It's war. You're at war. Every day is
That's
a
very
new
good.
type of war.
That is
new type of people in battle.
Yeah, it's us against them.
I know. I'm like, I hate customers. Like,
Dude,
I never want to be a customer, but I have to sometimes, and it sucks. I'm embarrassed. Like, I'm like, oh my god. Like, thank you. I'm so sorry. I'm here.
Well, see, that's the thing, though. That's the thing about like restaurant industry. Like, and anytime I'm going someplace, I will get a couple drinks, so I don't have to go back immediately. And then, if there are things to be bussed, I'll just naturally do it.
Or like some people order a drink and then they just don't have any money. Like they'll just they'll be like, can I get like a rum and coke and like a tequila pineapple and all this stuff they're ordering, and I'm like making it and put it all down, and as soon as I say like, okay, do you want to open a tab or close it, they go, oh, and they like panic. I'm like, did you
No.
What do you think was gonna happen here?
Yeah.
I think you have to pay every time you order something. Like, it's a bar, you know, or you can pay once. Like, there's just going to be payment involved.
It's part of the process.
Part of it. And it's like one night, it was like this was last Saturday. It's like every interaction I had, everyone was like, didn't have any, like, no wallet. They were like trying to tap. I'm like, I don't have tap. They're like talking to their friends. I'm like, how are there three of you?
They're
Nobody
giving you
has
raffle
$18.
tickets.
It's like, what is going on?
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny when people like they'll try to like divert you, like they're gonna trick you. Like you're completely sober behind the bar. You've seen it all, and you've seen it all night, and like they're like, oh, I thought he paid, or and then they just try to like do this weird poker face game where they're gonna like trick you out of trying to pay. It's so fucking weird, dude.
It's always the same. It's always the rum and coke people. I don't know why I keep bringing up the rum and coke people. I don't like the rum.
Are rum and coke people bad?
They're bad.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you
yeah.
one?
No.
You didn't strike me as one.
Yeah. No, thank you.
I can't imagine like you getting up, you like do the kid stuff, you're doing the mom stuff, and then you like you said, you go into the battlefield of Helen's.
Yeah.
Like I can't fucking believe that.
I like it. I like stuff like that though.
Helen's food is incredible. Claire, that whole family is so fucking cool.
Yeah.
They're
I mean,
awesome.
You know, Griffin, he grew up like right next to them, so it's like my kids are kind of like, you know, there's like he grew up like since a baby. Like
there is something about the battle though that is like it's all just like temporary and physical.
Yeah, like I'm gonna get back
it's
in
like
there.
you're just in it. You're just like in it, and then it eventually ends, and then but you're completely done.
Yeah,
and
everything's temporary. I don't have to take any of that home. You
can walk away,
and it's only
and it's
usually bad
annoying
for
at
like
times,
2
but-
hours.
Yeah.
And sometimes I get all mad. I like that, and I'm like, I get all riled up.
I like when you can like. I've really enjoyed when you have to get like the tunnel vision in order to survive. Like when it's like, 4 deep
It's
all the way
fucking
across,
onslaught.
and like you have to dictate where you go next, but you have to like if you lock eyes with
I
anyone
pick
else,
the
they pull you
kindest
in.
eye.
Nice.
I don't
yeah.
like. I'm like, there's no system. If you have a kind eye, or if
Yeah.
you like, there's somebody being terrible and you're standing next to them and you're like, psh,
And you can
this
totally
guy,
see it, like in the periphery.
that
You
guy's
can
getting
see like
serious.
if someone's like motioning too aggressively or they're trying to like get your attention too
you
much.
just don't look at them.
No, man, I'm not doing that.
Or
I'm
sometimes
chill.
I say, I'll be right with you. You're making me very upset. I'm going the fastest I can.
Oh,
You'll say that to their face.
Yeah.
That's right between the
Making me
eyes.
Very upset.
That's good.
The way
I
you
never-
want this rum and coke is not okay.
Yeah. You're really hurting my feelings. You're being so aggressive.
I respect you guys so much for what you guys do, but I've never envied you. I've done door at a million places, I've bar backed at a million places, but down here, the aggression from some people and oh my god, just right out of the gate, I'll be the door guy and you're already being a dick to me, and I'll say stuff like, hey, I'm the first person that you're involved with this establishment staff, and you're being really fucking rude already. So maybe I just don't let you in.
Yeah.
And then when they do come in, they're automatically
worse.
waving the card so anyway, we did the deal. We got the insurance. Help! Help! And they're just barking at you guys. And I'm like, God, this guy's it's a total
They're
turd.
nightmares.
And I don't get the entitlement. I don't get the
Customers
entitlement. Customers are nightmares. Yeah,
Like they walk in and they're like, I want a drink, and there's
sucks.
a million people waiting. I'm like, everybody's
Want,
standing
want,
at
want,
the
want,
bar.
want.
I need, I gotta have, gotta get it. I'm like, it's. Why? Can I get one of your little drinks in your bag?
me.
Yes. Can we? Oh, I saw some of that.
Oh my god.
All right.
Oh, they're gone.
Oh No, that's okay.
Another one of these?
Sure. Well, I got this one. There's something about talking that makes me want to.
It's not a bad way to be, and I'm sorry.
I do miss it though. Like I've been out since COVID.
Oh, what have you been doing?
Just I edit podcasts
Oh, right, you're
and
here
video.
right now.
This is what I do
Oh,
now.
interesting.
It's a little different. You get more sleep. Yeah, that's cool.
You should go back.
Yeah, maybe. Of the right
That's
situation.
Claire. See, Claire and Claire. Oh,
Yeah.
same name.
Claire, you have flirted with the idea of getting kind of back in a
It'd be
restaurant
cool.
stuff.
I
I
put
think
out
that you would
a
absolutely
couple
snap. I think that you're so far
applications,
removed.
but,
I think that if you got back in, you would just blow your gasket. Like that. When you start dealing with people like this again, I think you just be like, "Fuck
You
me."
think I'm too far out of it that I would?
I just
would
think that
not
you're-
enjoy.
You're doing such a good job at what you're doing, and like your kids are great. Everything's great. They're old enough. It's a self-supporting entity. You got Case. Everything's so
like
chill.
It's nice
one
to pop
shift.
in.
No,
I
it's
like,
fun.
That's why 3 jobs.
The
I don't like
social
getting
element.
too wrapped up in one thing, but also the social element.
You get
that
to hang out
eliminates-
and kind of do the talking
You're like
thing
little bands and stuff.
while
You get to
also
socialize all
making
the time. Let him
dollars.
bartend.
I'm not
man,
telling him. I'm not trying to
Sorry,
clip your
my
wings.
bartending
I just think that if you get back in, I'm suppressing you.
Dude.
God.
Yeah, I was about to
on,
bartend,
bro.
but then Harrison fucking talked me
Go
out
back
of
to
it.
Red Lobster, Claire.
Ruin my cheddar biscuit
35.
dreams.
Jesus Christ.
Cheddar biscuit dreams.
He's getting
Thanks for
upset.
coming out. We're
a
cheddar
good song.
biscuit dreams.
I'm
play a
protective
few
of you,
songs for
I,
man.
that's nice of you, but he wants to. Look at him.
Do you live a little?
Get him out there, Harrison. Come on.
What's another one of the worst that you've dealt with?
the worst? I don't know. It's
I told
all
one-
so bad. I don't know.
Your eyes were so sincere.
Yeah.
You were so sincere. They're like, it's all so bad. Yes, I'm
I
sorry.
don't know. They're just. It's hard to say one or another. It's just just crazy people. You know, everyone's just aggressive. Everyone's getting kicked out. People are. Oh, there's bathroom wars. There's one of those. My nanny was waiting for the bathroom.
Wait, your
And-
nanny's at the bar?
Everyone, teachers are at the bar, nannies are at the bar.
Yeah, they all drink.
Grandmothers, everyone goes to the bar.
Mm-hmm.
But she was waiting in line, and I think she just like knocked on the door or something. This like whole like this. She's like one of them. Some girl hit her, and I had to go back there. She's like, this person hit me, and so
Like punched?
Yeah.
On purpose?
the bathroom wars.
To
is
take
all-
a piss?
Dude, the women's bathroom line is like, I'm like, if someone cuts, like, if you say something about it, you have to be willing to be in a full fight anywhere. Like, not just there. I'm like, wherever you're at. If someone cuts you, you let them cut unless you're ready to fight.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you never know what the scenario is.
Yeah.
That would be, yeah. There was,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Good point.
I mean,
There's the one story that we'll have to check in with before it could go live. And it'll be easy to check on, but like
we can
there
talk
is
about it right now because we can censor it out.
right, totally. There is the night that my fiance, before I knew her, got punched in the face at Don't Look Back on New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere, like sitting at the bar, just came in with a friend. There's another at the corner, someone else was talking, and they were just kind of friends. Totally, it was even like a easy New Year's Eve. Like it was not busy.
It was not
It
busy.
did not get cranked. It was like
30
totally
people
fine.
tops.
Yeah. And then like they're at the corner, and then out of nowhere, something happened. The girl that was by herself was like on something and
They
was
kicked in.
became offended, thinking that Case was like hired help or something, and she had like an issue with a relationship. So she was kind of projecting onto the scenario where she thought the Case was hired help, and like didn't like that, didn't approve of that. And out of nowhere, just started punching her in the jaw, like right across the bar.
Dude, like
like it was so weird.
I'm outside smoking a cigarette. I'm working door this night. And I'm just sitting there and I every now and then I'll like turn around and look. Like the triple, like there's all the windows in the front and it's like a tunnel, but it's well lit so I can see everything that's going on out front. And I just see her abruptly like a turret. Just like and like focus on Case, and I'm like, that's some weird energy. And she just like like an old Batman and Robin, like pow, boom, ping. Like she just cocks back and poof, right in the face. I was like, that's not gonna be good for anyone. So I like stormed in the door, and I don't want to put my hands on women, but like I had to like shield and like move her. So I'm getting her out of the door. I'll lose my fucking mind. I will later. So like I'm getting her out of the door, and what did she? Was it a knife or a pen?
She had a pen, like a Bic. Bic pen.
Yeah. So
And
she starts stabbing me. She just starts cranking this fucking.
With a pen.
Oh, with a pen. She just starts cranking this thing into my chest, and I'm sitting there like, okay, that kind of hurt. That kind of sucked, and I'm like ushering her, more and more to the door. And then finally, like, she ripped the shirt that I had, and she got me, like, right in the stomach. And I'm like, dude, fuck this shit.
I specifically
I think I grabbed her by the wrist.
Say, can you please stop stabbing me with the pen?
Yeah. So I get her outside, and then, like we just said, they wanted to do. I had to lock the door. They got to get back in. They got to get back in.
Yeah.
So they're storming up and down the sidewalk in front of us. The door's locked. Everyone in there is like, oh my God, this just a shit show, just stomping around, like waiting to get back in. And I'm just like, no, it's not going to happen. And I think, I don't know if anyone called the cops, but that's, it's the triple. So
They were called.
someone called.
Yeah.
Okay. So cops showed up. I believe the male police officer was of Asian descent, and the female police officer was a person of color, and she dropped both of those racial slurs within 10 seconds, and she was on her knees, slammed down in cuffs, and we were like, yeah.
Strange lady.
Really
What
wild.
was she doing that day?
Don't know.
Oh, we had a lady. I remember at Helen's. It was one of the snow days, and the ground was just so icy, and she got so fucking wasted. Like, she just started trying to fight everybody, like, for just anything. And I'm like, there at the time, I'm bartending, and she's like, what the fuck do you think you're fucking looking at to me? So and I'm just like,
Can I get a rum and coke?
yeah. And just keep them coming. So she's drinking her rum and cokes probably. She goes, we finally have to be like, you can't have anything else. So we put her outside. And then she's trying to, like, fight the door guy physically. And, like, but he's a dude, so he was obviously scared of doing anything. So I go outside, and I'm, like, trying to, like, she's just, like, hitting me, but she's so wasted. It's just literally just, like.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
You know that thing when people try to hit you, but they're wasted, and it's just, like.
They can't even find their footing,
You're
and
just, like,
nothing's.
kinda.
Yeah.
And so I'm, like, walking up the street. And she's just falling down, and I'm, like, trying to keep her down on the sidewalk. I'm walking back, and every time I, like, turn around, she's back, like, behind me, like, trying to go again. And I'm, like, and I just keep taking her back and just sitting her back down. And then,
Jeez.
Oh my God.
eventually she got But, yeah, that's a lot of the customers, though.
Yeah. And I
Anywhere.
I do
know.
want to address, you are a person listening to this,
You're a
and you are a
customer.
sound person. You're a wonderful human. You make good decisions. You treat bartenders right. You treat people right. You're thoughtful and considerate. And you also happen to love a rum and coke. You are an anomaly. This is not for you. These stories do not have to be you. You're above this. And continue doing the good work.
Eventually, they're all going to succumb.
Keep fighting.
That's a nice little
fun
sexy
beat.
ringtone.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
kind
cool.
of got a little too sensual. But,
Call me
Claire
again.
Bear.
It feels so good to get a call every time. Good vibe.
You don't like them? You can pick
I
it up.
don't know who this is. It's probably.
Put him on the spot.
Ah,
Yeah, put him on the
so
spot.
they're leaving a
Let's find
voicemail.
Oh,
Let's
I'll
see what.
find out.
Oh gosh, let's see which bill collector is calling Claire.
Oh
Right now-
no!
This is live. Let's see.
I saw your story the other day about. I'm assuming a Karen said that your vagina was out.
Oh, at the pool. Yeah, I go to
What?
this pool that I love in Southside in Bon Air. And, I know I'm with the kids, but, like, I like wearing little bikinis. Like, who cares? Like, what?
YOLO.
Yeah. I mean, like, I don't know what other bathing suits to buy. Like, what am I going to do?
Bikini is
It's
a
standard
sanctioned
bathing
suit, right?
Yeah. One would think, but I remember
Was this woman white?
it was a white lady.
How old do you think? 60?
It's anywhere between 30 and 70. It's hard to say.
It's hard to tell.
It's hard to tell nowadays.
Rum and Coke.
But I get up and her kids are in the pool and she looks at me and she stops and she says, I can see your whole vagina.
Stop for a second. Hold
Said
on.
that right to you?
Yeah.
Hold on. No,
Damn.
dude.
And I said,
What?
I looked at her straight in the face and I said, nuh-uh.
Yeah. For real.
Yeah. Sick. That is a nice comeback.
Why? So the kids are having fun. Everyone's there. Everyone's
My vagina
chilling.
was kind of out a little bit, but it was just
Oh, well, here we go.
no, it really wasn't. My bathing suit was small, and I guess she was just
Things-
appalled. I mean,
Things are wedging and moving. You have no
wasn't even
control over
that
that. You're just
bad.
relaxing.
it's the pool.
Yeah, dude. Why was it her job to
Was her
She was
husband
the-
there, and was
no
he?
husband,
Did he
just
catch
by
the male?
herself. She just couldn't.
by herself? So she didn't
by
have
herself.
kids.
Her kids were in the pool.
So she was staring at your.
But
But
anything
maybe I
else?
heard it wrong. Maybe said your vagina's out or something. I just like,
Oh, like she
Well,
said
yeah,
it in
did
a
she,
good
like, was
way.
she hitting on you?
No, I disagree.
hey,
No,
your
it
vagina,
had
your whole vagina's out.
It had more attitude
Yeah, it was
to
more
it.
like
more
I could see your whole vagina.
more
I could see your
appalled.
whole vagina. I don't know. Maybe I misheard it.
Have you encountered her since?
Yeah.
Mm.
She just
What-
doesn't look
Wait.
at me in the eye.
Oh, you've upgraded to. Oh yeah, she's only making eye
right
contact.
in the vagina. yeah, it's my busy.
Hey, I'm up here.
So what's it like what's it like having like kids and the chaos of all their ages and they all seem so unique, and then going into a bar and dealing with people that act absolutely fucking plankton brain.
I think it makes me think my kids are just like
Brilliant.
Yeah, they're just not chaotic at all. Like after seeing like humanity at their worst constantly, I'm like
It's accurate though.
Dude.
I'm like
dude.
my kids are just like saints. Like, and I think because I see all that, I just treat them normal and talk to them normal. That they just do normal things. Like they're never doing something weird. Like it's all I say. I'm like, just don't do anything weird.
From my experience, I felt like it creates a really interesting bunch of scenarios where you are like compartmentalizing what are like very different experiences, like very different lives that you're like living, like while you're at the bar or while you're at home.
Yeah.
It can be so dramatically different.
It is, yeah.
It's like, it's pretty wild. You're like multiple characters almost.
I know. I think about that a lot because like I'll still go out and be me doing that, and I'll still have my time to myself of me doing that, and I'll still like do like like planting flowers, and I'll still like have time with my kids, and I'll still like be at the bar. I just think it's important to I think a lot of times when people become parents, or they always think about like, I'm going to be a parent once I'm ready, to be a mom, but I'm still like exploring myself, or I'm still like trying to figure out my life. I still want to do all this stuff. I'm like, you can do that stuff still.
Still, yeah.
You can have kids shouldn't eat up your personality, and like it's not like, well, now I'm a mom. It's like you're also a mom.
Yeah,
like
nothing changed.
Yeah, and I just really bothers me when I hear people that are younger who haven't had kids yet. Like, you don't have to be a mom, but I'm saying that if you just want that in your life, he's like, you're not waiting for you to finish your things that you think that you need to do as a person, because you can still do those things and you're still a person.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think hopefully
That was brilliant.
this,
Thank you.
Yeah, that's great. Hopefully this like generation and more are hopefully coming to realize that, or kind of push for that. I
Yeah.
think largely in the 90s or 80s, 90s,
It was
early
overstructured,
2000s,
yeah.
it was still kind of sold as,
Well, I've made it to
You
32.
gotta- you
now
gotta-
let's have a
must have a
children,
kid, and
and
now
then
I'm
I will go
mom.
to a public pool
Yeah,
and
yeah.
point out other people's vaginas.
Exactly.
that's what was sold to
Because everyone's
us.
born. It's because of like capitalism. Like they
Right.
do this thing where we think that like who we are is what we do. Like you're not a person unless you have something that you say you do. Like if someone says like, "What do you do?" Like someone's like, "I am a project manager
CEO
of
of
I am a
the
plumber.
Fuckface.
of the
shackle.
local asylum or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm like, why is that what you do? Like maybe
We were both creating terrible
I
jobs
know,
at
I
the
just
same
saw
time.
asylum over there.
I
And I was
was CEO of
I feel like
Fuckface
like
and Chaco. I don't
like anybody that's like a project manager or project or operations. I'm like,
get
what
fucked.
is that?
Yeah,
What
it's
is
not
that?
real. It's not real.
I want to do it. Maybe.
You did do it. You
Yeah.
assigned the belly dancers
Hell yeah.
to that corner next to the
Project
fake
Belly
plant.
dancer over in the yellow stage.
That project was managed.
Dude, I'm crushing them. I'm crushing them right now, man. I'm just having a really good time, and
Really.
maybe this is like, I don't know, a time thing in my brain where it's like they're usually about 10 minutes each. I don't fucking know.
Is that true?
Probably not. American Spirits, yes. I don't know where to go. I feel like this is exactly what I needed and wanted. I just wanted to get a real one in here and just fucking talk
What do you
shit.
got? What are you working on? What are you thinking about? What's on your mind lately?
Honestly, just nothing. I'm like trying to figure out how to go on vacation soon.
That's cool.
Yeah, I don't know what I want to do, but I just want to go somewhere. But I keep saying stuff like, I just want someone to take me somewhere. I don't know.
Have you done like a lot of traveling?
No,
No.
I haven't really. Just because I got pregnant when I was like 24, 25. Like I've gone places like I've gone to Mexico a couple of times, and I've like driven around, traveled around that way. I've like lived in a few places, but I've never gone to Europe.
Well, that's yeah. I have not done a lot of traveling, so you've done much more than I have. So
Yeah,
that's cool.
no, I just want to but I never can take that much time off. Like I want to be able to just be like, even if I don't even go anywhere, I just want to take off like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Dude, we're running out of time constantly.
I know.
That's fucking crazy. I can't, like, I have a cat. I have a girlfriend. I have a band. I have 2 jobs, but
That's a lot of stuff. That's a lot more than some people.
it's
Some people are
stuff,
just-
man. And
Yeah.
it's hard to find the time. Like, we did a cool Baltimore trip this past weekend. It was my cousin and my mom's birthday, and we went to an O's game, and they got absolutely smashed the fuck out by the Nationals. It was the Nationals scored 6 runs in the first inning, but
Wow.
we made the best of it, and it was fucking cool as shit. And but yeah, time. It's just, it's so crazy, and like so.
And money.
Oh, money. That's
Yeah.
exactly. It's fucked.
That's bad now. It's
What's
weird.
it like? You have 2 daughters, 1 son.
You're exactly 2 years and 9 months apart. Isn't that weird?
That's really creepy.
Isn't that
Okay,
creepy?
that's wild.
I know. It's like my body's like, time for Brady.
Yeah, you're just like, I need to fuck. So like, what's it like with them? Like, do they, speaking of time and shitty people and rum and cokes and bullshit, like, they're getting to the point where they're kind of aware of like how weird the world is. But like for both of y'all, is it weird? Do you guys get in situations where they're just kind of like, what the fuck are we doing here? What's
Well,
going
there's some
on?
stuff I do definitely don't tell them about, or like,
course.
like whatever. They kind of can ask, and I'll give them answers, but like is constantly like asking, and I think she knows a lot of stuff, but she's at the age where she can. I feel like 12 and 14, they definitely are.
Yeah. I feel like everything was kind of a weird like curveball with like COVID stuff, like in this age
I
bracket.
can't even imagine.
It's like you imagine like again like the developmental age of like if you're thinking like 6 to 10, and like the kids that were like that age during the COVID situation is like kind of insane.
Yeah.
When you think about like truly.
I loved COVID.
yeah, I did. Actually.
Shout out.
Like, a lot of
Shout
it
out.
was, like the idea that you're just allowed to stay home is pretty cool.
I was like, oh no.
We're stuck here.
But for the kids at that age, like, developmentally, man, it's like a wild curveball to throw it.
Did you do the virtual school?
Yeah, there's some stuff that we did there.
Yeah, we did the whole thing. So they'd have to sign in. So they would sign in.
Here's a dinosaur on
Yeah.
Zoom.
So they'd be sitting on these Zoom calls for like 3 hours a
Yeah.
day, and they'd have their breaks and stuff. But it's like now it's like
What were you doing in the background
just
during all
fucking
that?
off.
It's like, all right.
No, Finn was
This
a
is
baby,
school.
so I was just like
ordering-
making like, weird things and
ordering
taking
cocktails.
videos. yeah, no, I was like making like
Delivery.
weird cocktails, like bringing them to my neighbors. You know, yeah. I loved it. I had a great time.
Okay, so I got to reel it in a little. I got to land the ship or the plane. What do you
I
think?
think this is a no plane landing interview.
Yeah.
I felt like this is like the Seinfeld episode of all of your interviews. Like
This is what this podcast needed, man.
We're
You're
only at
Nothing.
111 right now.
you're a badass woman, and you've been here for a while. You've seen it all. You've dealt with all of it, and you got a bunch of kids. And this is exactly what I wanted. I just wanted to have like, you are a staple here, dude. People rely on you, and you're the shit. So this is like a breath of fresh air. There's no like commitments here. There's no like, we're just talking, and that's. Thank you for being on it. So what do you think about, since you've been here, like where the city's kind of going, and like the difference between when you got here and you could have a crazy fucking warehouse spot at 19 and it's just bangarang, and then now we're losing venues, everything's a loft apartment. The kids that are coming into Helen's are richer and snottier. Like, how do you feel about everything that's happening?
I mean, it does make me upset because I remember like coming here and it was such like the Wild West time. Like there was still Best Friends Day, there was still Slaughterama, there was still the Bone Zone. Yeah, there was still all this stuff that was fun.
Bone Zone.
Yeah, that was raw. That was just cool, and people were in town not just to be at VCU, and not just to go to breweries. They were here for music, and they were here for, just to be in Richmond, just to be, like, the punk scene was crazy back then, I feel like, but now
So sick.
So sick, but I feel like a lot of those people realized, like, how much it was just falling apart. A lot of people went to New York, which is also getting eaten up, and then people went to Philly, and then people just dispersed because everything just became so sterile. And I think everything is still so sterile, is really sterile now, like, especially, like, everything's closing down. Like, after Strange Matter was gone, I'm like, there's literally...
That was a chunk of our soul that left when
and
those
there's, like,
doors
nothing
closed.
really... I mean, there's not that much to do that's, like, real anymore. Everything feels so sterile now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's different. What about you? Like, you've been here long enough. Like, for me, it's just, like... My whole thing, the reason I started this podcast is I just wanted to, like, talk to people like you and talk to the important artists. And, like, I've always noticed, like, the city had a way of, like, whoring us out. Like, we had the best street art. We had the best vegan food. We had the best tattoo artists. We had the best this, that, and the other. And we would constantly promote that. And all these people were attracted to us. And now all these people have shown up, they visited, they want to move, they want to have their desk job, at-home job from Nova,
Capital
but live
One.
here
Yeah.
exactly for like way cheaper, and they're all coming in because of the vegan cupcakes, all of this, that, and the other, and all the people that created that are being forced out because of that. So it's like, you made us look great to the point that everyone wants to be here, but now where are we supposed to be?
We
now
can't afford anything now because we did
Yes.
that. Like, they ate up everything that was raw, and all the people that were raw, like all the punks, all of that got eaten up alive, and now you have to buy like, I remember moving here in 2000, back when I came back in 2013. We bought a house for $90,000, I think it was.
in Carytown.
No, we moved to, we rented for $1,200 from New York, and thinking that was so cheap, and found a house in Northside, which was still a really bad area then, and like was so fucking...
Would you say 2013?
Yeah, was that
Yeah.
right? 2014.
I'm not sure about the years.
Maybe
You should know
15.
that. But,
I don't know.
but no,
I
that's
should
still
know.
really no. It's okay. It's okay. But yes, that was like right before the surge.
2015.
That was right before that surge. So yeah, you got a sick deal.
Yeah, but now it's like, $300,000 house. But back then people were like, oh, I can't believe you're moving over. I'm like, I was like in New York. I was like,
I'm fine.
It's gonna be fine. Like, no one's like having like a shootout with me. Like, I'm just at home.
You'll see like a random woman in a starter jacket, and it's like 90 degrees, and she's wearing a winter jacket, and one of her
Exactly.
titties is out, and she might
But
throw
now
some
it's like
shit
you
at
can't
you.
even go over there. It's like $400,000-$500,000 houses. I'm like, where do people live?
How the fuck are they supposed to?
I
How are
don't
they?
know.
And like, yeah, you're rolling triples in one day. Like, that's what we're doing. We're just
But,
begging for nothing on broken knees, and we're just
Exactly.
working our
But
fucking
I'm
balls
lucky
off.
though, because I have a cute face and spicy attitude. So like, I have the ability to go
Hey.
get some jobs. But I'm like, there's some people that don't have that. Some people that just are just like older or like disabled or just are stupid
Yeah.
or like whatever. And like literally, where it's
You-
just like, not everyone has the ability to work, and if you do find a job, it's like you're making $20 an hour, and like, how the like, if you have a single child or if you have anything going on, like, how the fuck are you supposed to live anywhere?
Yes. Yeah. Good point. Very valid. And yeah, like you said, there are people that are fully capable of like making the best cocktail or the best like filet mignon or this, that, and the other. And if they just have a little bit of antisocial, they can't get that like over the curve and get in and get that job, you know? Like you said, and I'm not talking shit on you, but like you're cute, you're spicy, like people have advantages and disadvantages, and yeah, it's hard. And if you don't get that gig, how do you survive it? It's weird. And your place gets raised like $125 every year,
yeah.
and then like the utilities, all this other it's fucking wild, man. I love Richmond, Virginia. I love this place. I always have.
I mean, it's still cheaper than a lot of places, which is the craziest part about it. It's like anywhere, like what the fuck are everything is so sterile now. There's nothing cool anymore. Everything goes bad.
Jeez. And this is where we run the music. It's over. Yeah.
Everything is rum and coke. Everything is. I mean, I'm not even really joking. I'm like, it's so hard to find things that are still raw and good and pure and cool. Everyone took it away from us. They took it away from us.
There we go. Yeah, there we go. Katrina, you're the shit. Thanks for hopping on here.
Yeah, thanks for having
This is
me.
This is fun.
This is exactly what I wanted.
Thanks for the boiled egg too.
You're welcome for the. How's your
It was a little overboiled, but I still ate it, and it was still good, and I really appreciate it.
eat to live, not live to eat. You're amazing. I don't know if would it be weird if you shouted out your schedule? Do you want people to know? Who gives a fuck?
If they do come,
Just don't stare at you through the window.
Yeah, and kind eyes and no shouting, no waving.
It's a good way to be.
Yeah.
Good way to be. Hey, for real, thank you so much for being on here.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
I.
Right.